Yo, what is up, guys? It is Ripper here with you for y'all today. And before we even get into today's video, I want to start by saying thank you for all the support recently. Y'all mean the world and I'm not just talking about YouTube, on my socials, on my Instagram, my Twitter, my TikTok, all the good stuff. You guys have been showing love all around, so I appreciate y'all. But today's video is gonna be a little different because we are in an unprecedented moment. We are in a situation in the gaming world where I don't think the game world's ever seen what's happening. And what am I talking about? Talking about Faze Clan. This is kind of sparked from them, which is crazy to think. Just so you all understand too, before we get deep into this conversation, I've been a Faze fan since 2012, and I have been trying to do every Faze fight that's ever come around. I have been watching every Illcams, diehard Faze Rain fan, diehard Faze Jev fan, Adapt, Apex, Banks, even like the OGs, right? And we'll get into things like this, but I've been watching him for a very long time, so you'll understand. And today's video isn't just Faze's, Faze's issue, this. Like, mainly what I want to talk about is going to be partly that, but I'm also talking about what effect has that now started in the gaming community, because it has started a domino effect in a situation where other places and other orgs could be in conversation of what's really happened with the game industry and is Faze right or wrong for what they're doing. So we're going to talk about all that. So if you guys can do me a favor, be sure to leave a like and subscribe if you are new. As always, turn on the bell notification so you don't miss any future uploads, because you never know when you're going to get some crazy news happening, especially something like this. And again, I'm not going to talk about just the issues. Like, I want to talk about the true impact this causes for the future of gaming, besides just Faze drama, this, blah, blah, blah. Doesn't matter who's right or wrong. It's what does this cause? We're going to get to it, and I hope you enjoyed today's video. Again, be sure to support the links in the description. Check out the Ripper merch, because that's how you support me. Let's hop into it. All right, so let's start with the foundation. Let's build this first. So let's talk about where this all started. So overnight, we saw a video get posted of exposing Faze Clan by Faze Rain. And we kind of knew this was coming because Faze Rain kind of talked about it previously. He talked about who's going to be posting this, blah, 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 right? So we all knew this was on the way. We didn't know what to expect. We didn't know what was coming with this. We didn't know when he says expose, what did they do? We weren't 100% what he was going to talk about. We weren't aware of it. So video gets dropped, and what happens? Let's talk about it. So it starts simply with, they're going more corporate. We got used, we got taken advantage of, and all this stuff. And I want to make something clear too. All these things, and just so everyone understands, I'm 100% on Faze Rain's side of the business issue of corporate being toxic and ruining things and essentially getting rid of the foundation. I'm 100% on that side. So I just want to start with that. But Faze Rain brings up all these points about how corporate is basically killing the org. It is ruining the org for the current players, for the current, and also for the OGs. Like, a big thing is for the OGs. The OGs are losing a lot of things, So obviously, this sparked the internet. And overall, and overnight, you saw the Faze stocks plummet. And I mean plummet. Crash straight down to 90 degree, straight into the shithole. Like, it went bad, right? So we see Faze Rain expose Faze Clan. We then see this Faze stock go down, and out of nowhere, you see panic on Twitter of @Faze Clan this, sellouts, blah, blah, blah. Everyone just started targeting Faze Clan. So long story short, after that, weeks and more videos go by of Faze Rain uploading and other people, we start seeing other people finally come out, right? So we saw Faze Seabass, we saw Faze Tico, and finally, most recently that I've seen at least, was Faze Adapt. And so this now doesn't just, this is a Faze Clan drama issue. The point of this video is to talk about how all of that happened. What does that do to the gaming industry now? And I think Nate Shot kind of put this best. So I want to quote him and talk about kind of what he talked about here. So he brought up about how with 100 Thieves, right? As you know, he's the founder of 100 Thieves, and obviously the owner essentially, or one of the owners, because there's multiple owners. But in my eyes, he's like the owner, right? Because he's the creator of it. And he brought up about how, he's the owner of a bunch of thieves, like he's founder, whatever. But like what Faze did here is they went public, right? For anyone who doesn't know, like I talked about stocks. This now is making it almost extremely impossible in a sense, or almost extremely difficult in a sense for a company and for a gaming organization to want to go that route of potentially being public or potentially wanting to go down that option. And, we are in a situation with that where it's true. Them going down this route didn't just kill FaZe Clan in a sense or ruin the reputation of it. It's now killing ideas for orgs to potentially do in the future. And that's, for example, going public or allowing open people to invest in it. So we are in a situation where and I just want to start, and again, I wanted to bring that up first because that's just one scenario where this causes. But what else does it cause down the road? Well, now you have to think about it from gaming org perspective, okay? Let's put Seabass said, let's put the business hat on. Let's look at it from the standpoint. Say you're an owner of an organization now. You now have seen examples of organizations kind of just getting destroyed by everyone online. Also, you're seeing the backlash it's receiving. So now you have two options here. Do you go the corporate route or do you go the business route and you take the gaming org into a business rather than just online gaming, have fun friends? And do you take the chance of allowing investors, sponsors, companies basically kind of just put money in the company and try to say, hey, we want you to now represent us, and basically splash us and force us all over your social medias? And, gaming's there, but we want you to kind of really focus on the branding here, right? So that's part of the aspect we have to talk about. And it sucks because when you're in a situation where you have a chance to make your dream a lifetime career for generations and generations, this is where the difficulty decision is. And I think from a FaZe fan perspective, from the original FaZe to what it currently is, you're seeing how doing too much of the business can overpower one side, right? And by all means, doing a lot of this business is allowing them to make a lot of money. It's allowing people to get rich off of it. It is, in a sense, generational wealth. 100%, I'm not denying that. It's generational wealth, what they're doing. But what they're also doing is they're killing off basically all the fans that grew up with them. And that's what sucks, right? So you're gaining kind of, in a sense, these newer fans, these newer eyes, but at the same time, you're getting rid of your old ones. And it's a really dark path to go down, right? And so when you go down this path of being a gaming org, I want to make a career out of it, you have to know how to limit yourself now. And so you have to think, what's too much? What's a fair amount? All this stuff. But unlike, for example, again, FaZe, they also had some pretty bad dramas happen, such as people get in the org and then basically use their name to, for example, scam fundraiser or scam crypto, whatever it was. So you had that happen. So it's like, you have to be really careful now when it comes to these gaming orgs because of all the mistakes they made, and them being the face of gaming and esports in general. They basically said, hey, let's screw the face of esports. Let's try to focus now on business. But they didn't realize that now other gaming orgs have to look out for this, because now they're in the target of, well, we don't want to end up like that. We don't want to be like that. So there's the big thing there. But another big thing I think we're also kind of just putting to the side after all this came out to be was, once you go so far deep down the rabbit hole of the business side, is there even a way to go backwards? Is there a way to go from we're all business to let's find that middle ground between it, right? Is there a way to go back? And I want to believe there is, but right now I'm almost a hard believer where once you get so deep down this rabbit hole financially, it is so difficult to somehow dig your way out of that. And I truly mean that, and it sucks because you now have multiple investors that are part of this face of the business that you can't just get rid of. You can't just be like, peace, you're fired. It's not how business works. Hope all y'all know. For anyone who doesn't know, can't just get rid of someone. So we are in a situation where, can you go backwards? And I truly want to believe there is. I just don't think there is at the current state. And so you almost have to start early, figure out what's that proper balance. But again, a lot of this was pretty much, I would argue, hidden up in the esports world. A lot of this wasn't very noticeable until Faze had all this. Faze Clan exposed this. Faze Clan is only focused on the business. They don't care about the OGs. You know, all the OGs are losing their stocks investments. And 100% again, I agree with that when it comes to that aspect. They are 100% losing it. And it sucks because there is a chance for them to make an impact without having to sell out their souls for business, right? And it's, you know, hopefully they can make a return, but we also, as now outsiders and other gaming warriors, have to be a lot more careful with it. So it's just a really tricky situation that this now entails, because people could say, oh, it's just Faze's issue. It isn't, though. This issue is now showing and shedding light on other gaming warriors that, let's be honest, they're probably going down the business route. They maybe aren't as successful, but they're trying to go down the business route that you kind of have to look at and be like, you know, what's your limit? Are you going to go the Faze limit and just go all out? Or are you going to try to push back and balance? And again, I'm not against having business part of your gaming work. If you're trying to make it a career, trying to make it a company, by all means, go and do it. But there's proper ways to do it. There is proper limitations to do it. And I think that's all truly Faze, Rain, you know, Tico, they're trying to make clear, is that we aren't against you trying to become a business. We're more truly against you selling out everything, and also you basically not doing what's beneficial for everyone. You are purely focused on money, not, guys, all the OGs back here are just getting just left behind in the dust, because all you're caring about is branding and letting random people in that have zero clue and nothing to do with us as content creators and telling us do this and that. And I think that's the big thing. And so, you know, it's a real big learning lesson, I think, for people out there, that if you want to pursue a passion in gaming and you are part of a gaming org or you're an owner of a gaming org, be careful. Be truly careful about the waters you are stepping in, because you never know what sharks are out there of people that are just trying to get in there for the money, and that's all they care for, to build a brand off themselves from you. Not your brand. They are purely trying to use your crew of fans to just grow them. And that's something you have to be careful for going forward. So let me know your thoughts today in the comments down below, guys. I really am curious on your thoughts on everything happening. I think this is just a really shitty situation for Faze, obviously, for being taken advantage. But at the same time, accountability has to be taken. You know, the people that are making decisions that are clearly not helping need to be talked about. And, you know, I'm not going to say any names, obviously, but it's clearly there's people out there who are very obviously part of the problem. So it's just not good. It sucks. I wish things could go back, but it's the way the gaming industry is now, right? Everything is focused about the money. So again, let me know in the comments down below your thoughts on it. I do appreciate your time. For me, for real, it means the world. I hope you guys enjoyed it. And on that note, ladies and gentlemen, I will see you all in the next one. Peace and love. Peace.